one, and after that I can put it in our YouTube channel. Alright, so for today, the task that I have given to you is to select at least 3, or it can be 3, 4, 5 sculptures to be put in your pavilion. Okay, it can be based on the designers. Perhaps you choose your own designer, or it can be based on the theme itself, or it can be based on the types of the sculpture itself. So let's say if you know one famous artist who are of a sculpture, who are doing famous sculptures, at least you can be based on it. Then you can design something for him. Okay. What else that I have asked you to do? Specific type themes or designers, and then your site preference. Okay, let's say last time we already asked you to do the site type. I think you haven't updated whatever we have commented before. Betul tak? If I can see from here, tadi ada check. Last time I said Arman kena buang yang this one kan? Arman? Hello?
Yes, me.
Arman, last time we said that you need to delete this boundary line kan? And then okay, for Farrell, I'll go one by one. For Arman, I think we have discussed that this boundary line is not there anymore. Okay, you need to change this one without the boundary line. And then for Shahmi, have you added on these things? Yang not only in KL, you just mentioned on UTMJB only. You haven't added kan? So after this, you need to add on this one, because this one is going to be appear in your presentation boards later, okay, for you to use. And Farrell, I have checked with Dr. Wazakri, because they went to the site yesterday, and then he said that this wakaf is 5.0, the roof. Before this, you get it 4.5 meters, right? The dimension of the wakaf.
Yes,
Farrell?
doctor. Yes.
So, can you rescale to 5 meters?
So it's 5 by 5?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, 5 by 5. So this one should be longer. Sorry, I forgot something. Actually, we need to introduce Bello first. Okay, welcome Bello to our base. Bello, can you introduce yourself? Just a brief introduction. I think everybody has known you.
Yeah. Okay, my name is Muhammad Bello Ibrahim. I'm from Nigeria.
Hey, why are you here, Bello, today?
I don't know.
You haven't known what you want to do in this work base? You have no idea yet?
Not really. I want to get more experience.
So I hope everybody can cooperate with each other. Okay, this is a sharing session. Actually, okay, we should help each other. Okay, and Bello is quite new to our sculpture, because he was doing something related to the painting before with Dr. Faisal workbase. So this is the first time he is going to touch on the sculpture. Right? So I think everybody should help him in order for him to be more clear about our sculpture pavilion. Okay, guys? Boleh? Boleh?
Okay.
Alright?
Thank you.
Okay. And luckily he was using the same site as us. Because he was doing on site B, which is the same with the Pfizer. Right? So you should be familiar with these sites. Okay? Oh, patutlah. You cannot see the Miro kan? guys? Because I didn't share my mirror thing.
Yeah.
Patutlah semua orang tak jawab. Tadi ada tunjuk ni Arman?
Tak ada. Sharing screen.
No wonder lah tak ada orang jawab. Okay. Sorry
Okay.
Okay, Arman, last time we said that we said that this boundary line is not here anymore kan? So you just delete this one. Delete this boundary line, okay? So nanti you letak balik di sini. You just put it here again after you have deleted this boundary line because there is no boundary line. It can be over here.
Okay.
Can you see this one? Alright, okay. Same as Shahmi. What you need to add on is on the more explanation on UTM-CP. It's not on UTM-K, okay? And then the explanation on the tasik on the lake itself so that it can be used for your presentation boards later. Okay, it can be shared. Okay, Shami? Alright. And then for Farrell, okay, Farrell, Farrell, this one is also 5 meters, okay?
Okay, doctor.
So if you do it 5 meters, so you need, this one is also, the dimension for this one is also increasing, right? It is increased for about 0.5 meters, okay? So after this, perhaps what you can do is you put all this dimension. This is how many meters, okay?
Okay, doctor.
Alright. And then after this, your friends are going to select their own site preference, and then we'll see where can we extend the site boundary. Okay.
Okay, doctor.
So it's okay. What happened to the views? What happened to the views? It is deleted? Amma?
Yes, doctor.
Amma, mana view tu? Where's the views that you have put here? Is it deleted?
I think I didn't.
Okay.
Oh, yes.
Alright. So for today, okay, I think we'll start with Bello first because he is going to present whatever that you have presented before. Okay, so he is the first timer here. And then after that, we will continue with your presentation. And Bello, I think you can learn from your peers, and then you can do your own. Okay. So can you present yours first, Bello?
Oh, yeah, I'm trying to present.
So you are sharing your own screen.
Oh, okay, let me use yours then.
Alright, okay.
Okay, hello everyone. My name is Muhammad Bello Ibrahim. And this is my presentation about the type of sculptures and my chosen type of sculpture. So, based on my research, the different types of sculptures I saw were the relief, carving, casting, installation, full round, and modeling. And the relief has I think 3 different parts, which is the high relief, the bas relief, and the sunken relief. Yeah.
Just proceed.
So, and the carving relief is basically carving out of wood using a chisel. And the casting is when you add, let's say making a sword where you add metal into a shape to make it to give it a shape. And the installation, I don't know. The installation sculpture, I'm not sure.
That's why you need to put the description here. Okay,
Yeah.
so that you can remember. Okay, so after
Okay.
this, I want you to add on. If you are saying that the relief has 3 types, so you put it here. Okay.
Okay.
How about the carving? What is the description? So all the description should be here. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So after this, right.
Yeah, my chosen type of sculpture.
Mm.
So the chosen type of sculpture is the carving sculpture. So carving is the act of using tools to shape something from a material by scraping away portions for the material. Well, the main material used, sorry, what's it called? The main item used for scraping away the portions is the chisel.
Okay.
Now, the famous artists and their artworks. This is an artwork done by Barbara Hepworth. It's a string figure made in 1956.
All right.
Yeah. So
What else? Okay.
the precedent studies. So this is a wood pavilion located in China in a place called Haibian. It was made by architect SUP Atelier. Some of the design elements and principles in this pavilion are shape, form, line, space, and form. Materials used are wood, bamboo, and glass, etc.
Okay. How does this precedent studies related to the carving sculpture?
Well, some of the parts are made of wood, and the spiral, sorry,
Is the bamboo is carved?
huh?
Does the wood is carved?
Yeah,
You go. Is it?
huh?
Do they carve this one? Do they do the carving on the woods?
Yeah.
Where is it? Show me. Hello?
Hmm?
You were talking about this carving, is it?
Yeah.
Something from a material by scraping away a portion of that material. So, where is the part of the woods that have been carved?
Well, these classes were replaced for the wood.
I'm okay. I think what you can do is this one. Perhaps that's why I'm asking you what is the relation between this pavilion and this thing. Okay. So
Okay.
perhaps this one the relation is only on the material.
Yeah.
Okay, because it is using wood. Okay.
Yeah.
But does the carving things related to this one?
Yeah.
No, right? Because
Yeah.
there is the wood is not carved, right? So
Yeah.
what you can do is this one is one precedent study, and then you can add on.
Okay. Okay.
You find another pavilion which is using the carving things or the carving sculptures.
Okay.
Okay,
All
so
right.
you will need to have one or two or three, at least
Okay.
3 precedent studies to be put here, so that it is easier for you to get the ideas what you are going to do for your own pavilion later.
Okay.
Okay, this one can be done as one of the example. Okay, so your pavilion, perhaps you are using wood to be put in your pavilion, and then perhaps you want to do something related to the curvilinear lines,
Yeah.
perhaps. Okay, but if you can add on something on this carving, and then the types of sculptures that are using carving, and then how is it related to pavilion, it will be a lot of beneficial for you. Okay.
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 Thank you.
Uh, all right. Okay, Velo. So, okay. So, Velo, you need to add on the personal studies. I will follow up with you after this on this
Okay.
one. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. For other students, so you need to present the selected sculptures that you will put in your pavilion later. Who wants to start? So nak start? Who wants to share
go
your
first.
opinion?
I go first.
Apa dah? Arman. First Arman.
Yeah.
Where's yours? Ni.
Right
Mana?
below.
Right.
Bawah.
Oh, far from other students. Okay.
Okay.
So for Bello, you just listen to the presentation first, and then you need to add on, okay?
Okay.
Because I want you to go to the right track.
Alright.
Okay? Okay, Aman.
The type of structure that I choose is freestanding, which is full around sculpting. The first sculpture that I choose is Discobolus by Myron. This is the man in the midst of throwing discus. The artist depict the athlete in action, his body twisted and muscles stretched to the most extreme position. The whole sculpture evokes moments of tension and the expectation before the release of the discus. And the second sculpture that I choose is the Diodomenus by Polycletus, which is show the perfection in the human body through mathematically precise proportion. This sculpture depicts an athlete with a ribbon in his hair, suggesting victory and celebrating the prowess of the male form. And then I choose the winged victory of Samothrace by Pithocrates. This is the design from the Hellenistic period and continues to spark strong emotion from visitors who visit it at the Louvre. The woman is created from Paris marble, and the forceful drive of the cloth suggests but they are responding to an external force such as wind, evoking energy and a feeling of triumph.
Is it only 3?
Number 2, I choose
Oh.
5 sculpture.
Okay.
Okay, and number 4 is Apollo and Death by Gian Lorenzo Bernini. This is a Baroque marble sculpture, and the model that we can get from this sculpture is Apollo himself teach us to let go, and definitely reveal the risk of stubbornness. The story of these two person is actually the Apollo. Should I apa tu tu? Should I cerita ke? Oh nak.
Apollo what? Apa tu?
I
It's okay. You can just proceed
okay.
with the sculpture.
And David and Lorenzo Bernini, also by Lorenzo Bernini, and it's also a marble sculpture. One of the only sculpture of the subject matter that is actually in motion. Most of the David sculpture is in standing still, stoic, proud in victory after having slain the giant. But this David depict on the moment that the boy is winding up his line shot and about to let it loose to strike Goliath down. We can see the tension on his face, especially around the mouth, will keep you gazing at it for quite a long time. So this is 5 sculpture that I choose to put in my pavilion.
So it is done by different people, right?
Different at the number 1 at the first page, the first slide is from Greek, and there's second slide is from Rome.
Different place? Is it different era?
I don't know, but it is from a different place.
Okay, different place, and then you need to check whether it is from different era because it is going to be something related to history, things, and so on. Okay. So, I think it will be asked by the panels later about the origin of those things. Okay, because when you are saying that this is from different designers, okay, so you need to know where are they from, which era they are from. Okay, you can use these things, but you need to know the history at least. Or what you can do is perhaps in the descriptions, you need to put something like the same thing. The same thing. For instance, the first one designer. Who is the designer for the first one? And then for the second one, who is the designer? And then for the third one, who is the designer? Something like you put it in a table. Faham tak, Ahmad? Okay. Faham tak? So the description can be standardized. Okay, so for instance, designers, years, and what does the sculpture represent? Okay, so dia ada tajuk-tajuk tu, and then you just masukkan dalam table. Okay, so that you can get the standardized thing. Okay, because this one you haven't mentioned about the year that they have produced this sculpture. Okay,
Okay.
so after that we can know is it all the things are from different place or is it from different era and so on. Okay,
Okay.
only. And then also perhaps what you can do is the lines and principles used in all sculptures. Okay, it can be also put in the table. Alright.
Is it I need to choose the sculpture that in same era or in the same yes, in the same era?
If you want to handle it easily, it can be. Tapi it can be also a different era, but you need to mention.
Okay.
Okay, before they ask you, you need to answer it by yourself. Okay, so that kalau orang tanya after this, if somebody asks you about those things, you already know about it. Okay, Ahmad?
Okay.
So please add on. Alright? And then, what about your side preferences?
This is the place that I want to put the pavilion, which is in front of the existing mockup. And the pavilion is I decided to put the pavilion, the small part of the pavilion on the water. And I want to put my pavilion there because it's near to the it's near to the water, to the lake, and surrounding by the trees and greeneries there, and also near to the pathway. So it's easy for the people or visitor come and visit visit my pavilion.
Okay, how does this water body related to the sculptures that you have chosen?
The the water body that I don't understand.
The water, you put it somewhere, you want to put part of your pavilion on top of the water, right?
Yes.
I know because it is surrounded by the greeneries and you want to put some elements of the water in your pavilion. Okay, does it has any relation with your sculptures chosen, the chosen sculptures? So you have provided five sculptures tadi kan? You have provided that five sculptures, and how does it related to that lake? Is there any relation?
I think no, because I decided to put on the water because it's it's like the 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 part of the pavilion on the water is such for the visitor can view or can see the lake, something like that.
Okay.
And for now, it's not related to the my chosen sculpture.
Okay, for now it's okay, alright? I just want you to think of it, okay? It is not
Okay.
really on the views and on the greeneries only, but how does the things can be related to your chosen sculptures? Okay?
Okay.
That one you should think of it later. Okay, so you want to put somewhere over here in front of the wakaf, right?
Okay. Yes. But I don't know whether the area is enough to put the pavilion. So I decided to put at that area the images below. Wait,
Hmm?
for now, yes, that's one.
Okay.
For now, there are two places that I want to put. If the area in front of the existing wakaf is enough to put my pavilion, I choose that one.
Okay. Alright. It's okay. That one can be decided later.
Yeah.
No, I mean the main area is already decided, and then after you have quite firm about your design later, it can be changed a little bit.
Okay.
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 Alright. So
And this is my president study, which is the sculpture pavilion by Aldo van Eyck. The location is at Gadeland, Netherlands. He used 6 parallel walls, almost 4 meters high, placed with a distance of 2.5 meters from each other. The walls bend, forming a semicircular space, and the sudden cuts transform this simple pattern into a sophisticated special device. So we can see that there's a lot of repetition of plan, and as you can see from the top elevation at the images on the right, and there it uh, change the shape. They each innovate and use the shape to make the space look more better.
so
Yes.
so all the sculptures are put here. Is it which one? This one is it the
Yes.
sculpture?
Yes. That's the sculpture.
Alright. So this precedent study is more on the circulation. Okay, but if you can see the design of the pavilion itself, it is like just an ordinary design of a building. Okay,
Yes.
it don't have any perhaps the attention for the relation between the pavilion and sculpture is not really there. Alright, so perhaps what you can learn from this one is only on the circulation. Okay, when you are choosing your precedent studies, you need to know what are they for. Okay, let's say for this one, it is only on the circulation, but you need to add on more precedent studies in order for you to study about the farm development and so on. Okay,
Okay.
this one will apply to all students, right? When you are choosing your precedent studies. Okay, the second one.
This is Serpentine Pavilion 2017 by Delvedo Francisquere. Uh, the inspiration, the pavilion inspired by the roof, the canopy of tree, and this pavilion supported by a steel frame. According to the Serpentine galleries, when the sun is shining, visitor will be able to find shade underneath the canopy or sit and bask in the courtyard that surround it. But on wet days, rainwater will drain down through on oculus, which is the hole at the middle.
Okay, why did you choose this one? How does it relate to your pavilion sculpture pavilion later?
Wait. Because actually my first idea to design the pavilion is to make like the oculus or the the design like this, which is have the like the hole at the midst of the building. So it's actually the first idea. I want to make like the Pantheon, which is I think that the building like the Pantheon is more suitable or related to the to put the sculpture, something like that.
Then why don't you put it
And
as your precedent study?
because the design of the pavilion itself, which is
Uh, okay. Okay. Do you have any question, guys, to Arman on the precedent studies? Belo, I want you to ask one question to Arman. Belo? Belo? See? What is he? I want you to ask one question to Arman. Turn on your microphone and ask.
Okay. Why did you use this pavilion?
Which one?
The first one, the Serpentine Pavilion.
Serpentine Pavilion, I thought Arman has already talked about it before this.
No, I'm asking like, what's his reason for choosing this?
Okay, Arman.
actually I don't understand the question.
Why
I
did
think
you
this
choose the Serpentine Pavilion as your? Is it?
You like, why is it like, what like made you choose it? Like, what's so special about it?
What
Yeah,
is so special about the Serpentine Pavilion that you
yeah.
want to choose this one as your personal study?
the first thing is the the roof itself, actually um, uh, actually the roof itself, I like the way it designed the roof, which is as you can know, uh, if it's rain, the itself through at the hole at the mid, which is we call oculus. So at the same time, actually we can use the nature or uh, the environment to make the building
I
more better lah.
I think and I think Belu want to ask you how does this one is related? Is it Belu?
Yeah, something like that.
Because something like I asked him before this, he has chosen the sculpture, and then how does these two things is related?
Like, what do you relate it
Uh,
based on? Material, uh,
Hmm.
any other thing? Like,
for this supportive pavilion, actually I just to take the design or the idea, and the material used for the building is uh, not related, I think, just the idea. Yes, that's the idea. Yeah,
I
the
think
material, I think that.
I think talking about that, what you can relate is perhaps the idea of the sculptures. They are using the circular things, and then it is very dynamic. Okay, if you can see from here, from the all the sculptures that you have chosen. Okay, So that's why you want to do something new, which is dynamic and circular in shape, perhaps.
Okay, and so doctor,
Mm.
okay, let's say like based on your pavilion and the chosen sculptor, so
Mm.
like do you have to base it like do you have to make it based on everything you listed in your definition of the sculpture, or like let's say it like has to do with one thing, like let's say material or something like that?
That one is going to be how do you want to convene the panel or the audience or the clients later. Okay, the clients will ask you if they hire you as an architect, so they need to know what is your basis, how does this one is related to whatever task that they have given to you. Okay, that's why you need to know what is the relation and so on.
Okay, thank you.
Right? Alright. Lama pula Arman ni. Selalu Arman lama.
Thank you, Arman.
Welcome, Velo. No problem.
Okay, the sketches. Why don't
Okay,
you... Okay, alright. Okay.
okay. As you can see from the left image, which is the top view, this uh, uh, this idea comes from me. As you can see from the top view, uh, I made a circular shape of pavilion, and the pathway enter and out is the same way. And you can see, if you enter, you can directly see the sculpture at the middle of the pavilion, and the other sculpture is put in, I can say that like a room, and you can see at the middle it is a circular, in a circle shape, and the how I want to, uh, the the shape there is actually the s- the sitting place, uh, at near to the middle, sculpture, and you can see that ar- surround around around the pavilion. I use a few, or a lot more of like column there, because I get the idea from the Pantheon, and uh, I decide I made a two story pavilion, and after the sketches that I make, I decided to just make uh, one story pavilion, and you can see from the top view at the level one, uh, I take the idea, which is the oculus, the whole at the mid, and maybe it can be the lighting, give a lighting or some lighting to the space, inside the pavilion. And
And the second one?
the second one, number 7, uh,
This one is your
I
option, right?
yes, I think the circular shape maybe more difficult to make, so I change to make it more like rectangular, and the idea come like this, and this one is one story. Because I decided to make one story, and you can see the perspective drawing sketches there. Uh, uh, actually the scale is quite very mistake in the scale proportion there, but the view will be feel like this. That's
Okay, one question from the floors. Except for Belu. One question from the front. Hasana, can you ask him a question?
Can I see the whole the sketch? Okay. So the spiral one. The spiral one, the pavilion assembled the sculpture that you choose related to your sculpture you choose. I think that's all.
the pavilion. Is it the pavilion related to the sculpture? Is it is the question?
Or how does it related? The same question as the previous question about the Precedent study.
Like the author said that the sculpture habis dah. The sculpture have a dynamic and circulation there. Yes.
That is my own. That is my. That is my idea. Don't take my idea.
Because actually the idea come from the pantheon itself. Because I think the pavilion is the building that very suitable to put the sculpture, and that's put a lot of, and the Oculus something like that at my pavilion, and the related the related
Where does the lake? Where is the lake? The location of the lake. Why don't we put it here so that the part of the lake can be part of the pavilion can be on top of the lake?
actually it will be like that, but I don't know. Not ada. Yes.
Okay. Alright, I just put my comment. Lama sangat ni. Tengah beratur lagi orang lain nak present. Okay, Arman. I think we need to check on the location of the lake. Perhaps you want to put more part of it on kind of one part of it is on the water and then mainly on the land. And then if you are doing something like this one, there is a focal point which is in the middle of the pavilion itself. Alright. So the chosen sculptures, this one should be the main sculptures to be displayed. Okay, so what is the main sculpture? Here, you need to know. Okay, this one is also a sculpture, but it is only supplementary. Okay, so the main sculpture is located over here, and then you have all this thing, right? But the thing is, this one it is not literal, but there are not there is no a lot of exploration because somebody will come from here and then they just see over here, and then if I want to masuk from here, if I came in from here, I will get the same senses. It is also the same senses and then the same exploration. Okay, the same journey all over. It will be lead to something which is boring. Can you understand that, Arman? Alright?
Yes.
Because if you imagine you are here and then you are here, what is the difference between these two?
No.
There's no difference, is it? If I stand up here and then okay, this one is okay because this one is only the staircase. And how about this one? This one is also the same exploration, the same journey all over, which will be, it's quite boring for you. let's say if you do something like you make it bigger, the scalation is bigger over here. Okay, this one is narrow, the scalation is narrow, and then how about you make it bigger over here? Is it the same feeling? No, right? Because it has the different feelings, and then it has the different dimension over here. Okay, so it will be different, right? So make sure that every part of your building can be you can explore more exploration and then more journey over here and there. Okay, if not quite boring, and then you just imagine you are walking over here, and then you go to here, and then you see the lake, and then you came over, and there's nothing, right? So there is nothing to be remembered, there is nothing to be exciting. Okay, Aman, faham tak? Right? And even the shape or the form itself ni pun boring juga. Square, apa square pula? Apa tu? It's sphere kan? Bukan sphere, apa? Cylinder. Okay? It is boring. Dia tak ada macam excitement, something like this one, and then suddenly dia, perhaps, let's say, I just giving you some example. Okay, let's say this one, and then suddenly this one, and then somebody can walk over here, so it create more excitement because there are the different things all over. Alright? Okay, Aman? So this one, I think it's quite a good beginning that you have managed to do this one, but please think more so that it will be more exciting. Alright? I think the first one can be developed more because it is more related to the dynamism, and then the circular shape is also related to this one, the sculptures that you have chosen. Okay, so perhaps you can work on this one. Aman, boleh?
Boleh.
Alright, so you work up on this one. I think if you have already learned about the SketchUp, you can use the SketchUp as the tool so that you can work more on that. Alright? Okay?
Alright.
Another thing I want to ni you punya lettering ni, ya Allah buruknya.
Masya Allah.
So please improve your lettering. You still have berapa? How many weeks? 4 weeks to improve your lettering before you do your final presentation. Okay? Alright, Aman. Done.
Alright, done.
Okay. Inilah lama dia punya. Okay, next. Who is this? Farrell.
Yes.
Right, Farrell.
Wait.
Okay, this one. The chosen sculpture.
Yes. So the chosen sculpture was the one created by Jean Arp and Barbara Hepworth. The first one, Jean Arp, is a Finnish German sculptor, painter and poet. So from the left, the classic sculpture. He was trying to express the human body itself, like a standing human body. So by showing the figures, the shoulders, bust line, hip, with a gentle curves. So at least, even though he symbolized the human body, the general idea of the human parts can still be seen. The other one, Winged Being, is another John Arp sculpture where he's trying to incorporate mystic philosophy, like how he tried to emphasize the dynamic force of life within and energy within his sculpture. Then the growth one is him trying to do a metamorphosis, abstract style of metamorphosis. The shape of the sculpture is bone-like, has a bone-like appearance. So it emphasized the human torso-like form of the growth. Last one was the one created by Barbara Hepworth, the figure by landscape. The work emphasized on the wrapping on the figure with a gown or a drape. And the form itself suggests the form of a mother holding a child with one hand within the wrap of the drape or gown itself. So the general idea of the chosen sculpture was a human figure. So I was trying to create a pavilion, a sculpture pavilion where the main topic of this pavilion is about the people inside, the human beings. So there's no other themes within it.
Farrell, so what is this one is made by different artists, right?
Yes.
You have chosen two artists. So the similarities between these two is on the human figure, is it?
Yes. The
And
human aspects in it.
human abstract?
Yes, human aspect.
Human aspect.
Like the growth is from the torso like structure.
Okay, I
wings
just
is on the,
I just want to know the similarities or the categories that you can put them into. So let's say those are the abstract human. What did you say before this? Human.
which one? Which one?
All those things is called as human figures.
No. Like the general idea that I chose, the general idea of the four sculptures was something related to human aspects.
Human aspect. All right. So perhaps the category is something like human aspect, or it can be called as abstract human figure. It is different with Armand has presented before, because this one is also related to human being, but it is not abstract. This one is literally a human figure, right? But yours is something that has been abstract, right? So perhaps the category is something like abstract human figure or
Okay.
abstract human aspect, okay? Because it is done by two different artists, but you need to know what is the similarities between these two. Okay.
Yes. Okay.
Okay, Farrell. So after this, you need to mention about that one. Alright? Alright.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So the precedent studies, that's similar with I still use the same precedent studies as the previous presentation, which is the Redfield Pavilion. The idea was that I'm trying to imitate or use the idea his ways on emphasizing the connection, the statues within by having the space, the large spaces, the large openings where people can see it from different sides of the statues, and also his way on trying to tie both the statue and the pavilion itself. So it's not emphasizing more onto the statues or onto the architect itself, but it's more to its connection between each other, how it's supporting each other. So there's the plan I got from the Krüger Müller site. Oh, not yet, Doctor.
Sorry.
Yeah. So there's another precedent studies that I was planning to add, but I I disbanded the idea. It was similar to, was it Armand's? What's the name again? The Aldo van Eyck Pavilion. The top one.
This one.
Yes, I was thinking of adding that as one of the one of the precedent studies, but after looking at it, there's a very big difference. The Aldo van Eyck Pavilion is more enclosed, while the Rietveld is more open. So I don't know how am I going to tie both studies and use the design.
I think it's okay. You can just stick on this person study. The first one is more related to the one that Arman has did, okay? But the second one is more on the circular things, circular and the dynamism, because when you see your sculpture, it is more on the dynamism, alright? So what you can do is to add on the precedent studies on that kind of pavilion,
Okay.
alright?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So,
okay.
right. So this one.
Okay, so this like one of the sketches that draw. There's others, but the main idea is like the shape of the pavilion will be a donut-like shape with a hollow center. So if you see on the right image, there's the general shape of the pavilion. So the general idea was that I'm trying to partition the two zones. The one for the relaxation and for the view, and the other one is more to the exhibition itself. So the design that I made was a donut with a oval opening in the center. The reason why I goes for a donut was that I'm trying to what's the name? Enclose the structure from the outside sound, like the limiting the external sound. Well, I'm still researching on that. The other one was that was in it curved lines, if I'm mistaken. It evokes calmness. So like I'm trying to evoke the calmness as students or anyone who's using the pavilion itself to relax, and by that it's not like it's eye catchy. Yeah. Also, the other one was the idea was having it elevated in some way, as I know as probably the site itself usually has like undergo like rain season, so by having it elevated, it prevents any like water or anything entering the pavilion by unintentionally.
Okay.
Also, so the site analysis. So the top left, the drawing was from the red box was the site location. So from the top left was the possible views that the visitors can see from the balcony, like the pier, the building across the trees, and others. And then the second image was the sun path and wind. So I have to think of that. And the third one was the noise, like from the highway. No, wait, yeah, the path, entrance path, the other road on the right side, and the markets or the car parks from behind. And not yet, doctor. Yes, and I'm trying to what's the name? To use the acoustic sound from the water to also evokes the calmness in a way. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Is it on?
That's it. Yes. Thank you.
Okay, Farrell, thank you very much. But this is good that you have done this site analysis, but perhaps it is not really crucial in your first semester yet. Okay. I think because of the public lecture that have given to you, so you are forced to do it. But in our design matrix, it is only on the view. But it is good that you have think of this thing. Okay. How do you know the wind is from here?
I'm guessing from Xander's presentation. So
And then, so he said that the wind is coming from here.
If I'm mistaken, it's from there. So I assume the wind directions is from the northeast or Northeast.
Usually we need to go to the site and then we test out using, perhaps we usually do it manually. We are using the tissue and then we just the tissue fell and then we know the direction of the wind because of where is the tissue is going to, something like that. But it's okay that you have include this one in your presentation, but perhaps it is not really crucial, but we are looking for the view. This one is crucial. Okay, you need to know what are the views over here. For instance, when you are talking about this one, what are you going to see? Okay, from here you can see the jetty and then you can see the waterfall over here. This one is the waterfall over here, and then this one there's another building over here. Okay, so this one is going to be used for you to put your lookout spot later. Okay, so you will need to know where is the best view that you want to capture and that you want to put your lookout spot, because the lookout spot is one of the requirement in your P4, right?
Yes, doctor.
Okay, so this one is good. All right, but okay, this one is good. The site analysis. Okay, I want somebody to ask you a question first before I comment on this one. Ain, can you ask a question?
About the elevation.
What?
Is it you're going to put in the lake, near to the lake?
Sorry.
Is it you want to put your pavilion near to the lake?
Yes, the pavilion will have some parts literally on top of the lake itself.
This one is the lake, is it?
Yes.
Okay, so this one is also the lake.
Yes.
So part of your building will be on the lake.
Yes.
Okay, if you have learned from the Azari's class, this is called as side section. It is a section and then we cut the side. So it is called as side section. Can you understand this one? Can everybody understand this one? This one is the water. This one is also water. This one is the plant, right? Farrell?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Okay. Alright. Okay, thank you, Ain. Okay. I know you want to do something. It is something like a hole in between, right? In the middle of this
Yes.
pavilion, is it? Because you want
Yes,
to
doctor.
avoid people from looking over here. But how do you want to do this? The lookout things, or how do you want to view? Because it has a lot of a nice view over here. It has all the greeneries. This one is the trees. Then you have the trees all over, and then you have the lake and the view. When you put this one, when you block your view, how do you want to appreciate the site?
Oh, the walls of my design, I haven't quite determined which one is the glass, but for the center void section, the walls are entirely glass, so it's see-through, so people can still see like the people relaxing and the views from the exhibition side. Also to trying to like refer to the Red Pavilion, I was thinking of changing some, like putting some glasses, or entirely turn the entire building to glass in a way.
Okay, all right. But in a way, it is all. I has quite the same comment as Arman's before this. It is also quite the same thing. Somebody enter from here and go around here, and then that's it. And then they just go back to the entrance. Is it?
Yes.
So not many exploration. Okay, so you need to know what can you do in order for you to make it more more exciting. All right, for instance, this one, it is a human figure sculpture. Can you see how if they put the sculpture, it is the same all over? What happens if they do this one? Okay, it is boring, right? So that's why it has all these edges, or all these angles are different from each other, right? So it create the contrast between, let's say for this one, it has this sharp edges over here, and then this one also a sharp edges, and then they have the curvilinear edge. Okay, so it makes some difference between each other, and then it create more interesting part over the whole ideas of the sculptures. Can you understand?
Yes, no.
Alright, so this one is quite straightforward. Okay, and if it is too straightforward, it can be quite boring, because somebody just, there's no exploration, something like you go over here and then you go back here and then there's nothing. Okay,
Okay, doctor.
Farah, so you need to think of how do you want to do. Let's say for instance you have done this thing, all right, so perhaps this one, how if you change it, sorry, let's say if you put it this way, which one is more interesting, the one that you did or the one that in the red lines, which one is more interesting, you think?
The red lines. Yeah, the red lines.
Okay, so it creates more interesting point. Perhaps this one, if you can see for me, it is open, and then you go to the narrow circulation, and then after here you can get all this view over here. Okay, this one is you've got all this view, and then this one is the block view, perhaps. So it creates a lot more interesting point. Okay, they're different feeling. Okay, Farrell.
Okay, doctor.
So after this, you please work out on this one. I know you don't throw away whatever you have presented today, but put it as one of the elements that you will put in your later design. Okay.
Okay, doctor.
So
Thank you.
I think after this, you have already learned about the SketchUp and so on, right?
Yes.
Okay, you can start using the SketchUp as the tools for you to design. All right.
Okay, doctor.
All right. Okay. Thank you, Farul.
Thank you, doctor.
Thank. Uh, then then who wants to present? This one is siapa ni? Amar. Okay, Amar.
Can
Amar?
I share my screen?
All right. Oh, so I need to stop sharing, is it? Okay, Amar.
Wait a minute. Dah. Relax jap. Okay, jap. Can you see this?
Not yet.
Okay. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. First thing first, the chosen type of sculpture that I want to put at my pavilion is a geometric animal sculpture, which is I have an example here by Ben Foster. There's a lot of example of geometric animal sculpture. Ben Foster are a sculptor from New Zealand, which is he used the metal or what we call to make the sculpture, the geometric or the abstract sculpture.
So all the sculptures is made of metal, is it?
Yes, this the what we call that kepingan logam, something like that.
Metal of steel.
Steel, yes, steel.
What is the idea behind it? Why does he is using something related to the animals and so on?
Because he want to put or buat penekanan terhadap
You want to show
animals.
the awareness.
Awareness about the animal, and it's more like to put his sculpture in front of the scenery at his hometown, which is at New Zealand. Then
Okay.
we also have the wooden geometric bear sculpture. It's also a bear, but it's also a geometric animal sculpture, but it's made by wooden. And then my Precedent study, which is I think I want to tell a little bit about my idea first, because the lake at UTM named as Tasik Ilmu, and then I want to make my pavilion based on the idea. It's about the book, because book are the bridge to a knowledge, and the name of the lake at UTM lake is Tasik Ilmu. It's meant as knowledge. And then this is my Precedent study, which is a Ron Arad Jigji pavilion in Korea to celebrate the birth of the printed book. This is my inspiration for my pavilion for project 4. But I want to make it more abstract, not too literal.
Why mengaku siap-siap?
And then decide for my project, I think I want to make my pavilion between this tree and in front of this mockup. This my design idea, which is I take it from a book, which mean knowledge from a book. I study a little bit about the position of the book, and then I want to make it into my pavilion design, which is the flat book like this. And this I make a bridge, which is bridge book are the bridge to a knowledge, like that.
How do you want to make it more abstract?
Because I'm still lack of idea right now.
That's why.
Yes, I still in progress to find my idea for my pavilion.
Okay, okay. This one is reminded me of one thing. Have you guys seen UTM logo? What does the idea behind that UTM logo? Do you know? Do you know what
Yes,
is the idea behind the UTM logo? What is it?
it's a book, right?
It is somebody reading the books. Okay, if you can share. Wait, wait for a moment. Okay. This one. Okay, so if you can see the logo of UTM itself, this one can be used for you to define or describe about your ideation of the Tasik Ilmu, the lake of knowledge, and also the logo, the UTM logo itself is showing somebody is reading a book.
Oh yes.
How you can see this one? This one is the head, and then this one is the body, and then this one is a book. It can be seen from the plan.
Yes.
Okay, you should know this one. I thought rocket. Shami. No, Shami. It is somebody is reading a kitab or a book. Okay, you can see it from the top view. Okay. So the idea is okay because you want to relate something with the. Can you share again, Amma? Or okay, I'll share mine.
Yes, you
I'll
can
share mine. Okay, the idea is there because you wanted to do something which is related to UTM and also which is related to the to the lake of knowledge, the Tasik Ilmu itself. Okay, but your ideation is still too literal. Like I said to Shahmi in the WhatsApp personal message this morning, if I were to design a chili sauce, a factory for the chili sauce, do I need to do something which resemble a bottle? No, kan? So, how do you want to make it more abstract? Okay, this one is very literally done, right? But perhaps it has something to do because it is more. You need to know where's the location of that place, and then why does it, it how does it related to the location itself and so on. Okay, so if you want to do something about the knowledge, you need to study what is the knowledge. So for instance, you know that knowledge is the should be located in higher level. So perhaps knowledge is everything. Knowledge is on higher ground. So that how do you want to translate that in your pavilion? Okay. So you need to study about the word of knowledge itself in order for you to understand how do you want to translate that into your pavilion design. Okay? And even the selection of the site. What do you want to put it? Why do you want to put it on the pathway? Why
I
don't
want
you
to make it that someone are entering this
tunnel? So you want to
tunnel,
create something like tunnel.
like
Okay?
tunnel, and it
Alright.
can go out from the back of my pavilion.
Okay, it can be done. So I would like to know how do you want to put all this? How does it related to this or all these animal sculptures and so on? Okay, how does the knowledge itself related to these kind of sculptures? Okay.
From yes, from the knowledge, we can know about the animals, about the population of the animal, which is what we call, we have the Iwan yang terancam, which is we can put it around the pavilion
But if you
itself.
are saying that, how if I put Pharaoh sculptures or armor sculptures in your pavilion? Does it related to knowledge? It can be kan?
Yes, we can be. Because I want to make it more harmony between the nature, which is we have flora and fauna. At the lake, we just can see the flora, and I want to put a figure of animal. That's mean the harmony about the nature, which is a combined flora and fauna.
What I mean is, when you were talking about the knowledge, and then you want to say about the knowledge about animal. If I were to put Pharaoh sculptures in here, it can also be described as knowledge about Pharaoh's sculptures, kan? Betul?
Yes.
So we need to know what is the real relationship between these two, the knowledge and also the sculptures that you have chosen. Okay,
Okay.
I think it is quite hard for you to relate both things, unless if you're talking about this one is more on the nature. Okay, so you
On
want to create something, which is related to the nature. That is more easier to convince people. Okay, you are doing something on, you want to relate those sculptures of the animals, and you want to put the flora and fauna, and then it is related to nature. Okay, it doesn't
Yes.
really related to that book or knowledge.
All
Faham
right.
tak? So I think either you change the sculptures or either you change the one that
Pavilion.
the book
Yes.
itself. Okay, if you want to go for the nature, for the nature lovers and so on, you go for that.
All right.
Okay, so you are not going to stuck on this book. Kalau tak, you akan macam you nak book tapi you nak relatekan the sculpture. Sedangkan the knowledge is very general. Okay, there the knowledge itself is very broad, and then you can put anything which related to the knowledge. But kalau you ambil nature, it is yang ni lagi masuk dengan you punya sculptures. So either you want to retain the sculptures or you want to retain the knowledge thing.
Okay.
Okay?
Got it.
Alright. Okay, Amma? Boleh?
Boleh.
Okay, so you pilih either one. Okay, next. Hasana?
Thank you, Doctor.
Okay.
Okay, so I would like to make a pavilion that looks like sculpture, and my theme is birds. So this is the chosen sculpture. Means that I want to put something like this, but it's not too literal. Okay. So the size preference,
Why do you want to choose this one?
bird,
You
because
need to describe.
I think birds can blend in the environment, because the environment, the context has lakes and the greenery. So I think birds can blend in. So that's why I choose bird. Okay, for the site preference, I would like to put my pavilion. As you can zoom in my drawing. Blur. Sorry, it's blur.
You need control the resolution.
Okay. So I want to put it a little bit in the water. It's in front of the wakaf. Yes, it's because I think when I put the bird sculpture pavilion look like bird sculpture at them, I think it also can blend in the water. Like that. Okay. So, and also being near with water can reduce stress level and increase feeling of happiness. And also the pavilion is facing the lake, so people can enjoy the lake view. And people who want to have rest after jogging can go straight to the pavilion to have rest and enjoy the lake view. And also can be meditation space. Okay, next.
There's info.
What?
Eco.
Eco.
Okay, guys. For
For
everyone,
everyone,
this one
this
can
one can
demolish.
demolish.
Okay. When you do
When
your
you do
site
your
plan
site plan
later,
later,
we
we
assume that the
assume that the
workup is
workup
not
is
clear.
not clear.
Okay.
Okay.
So we also can put pavilion at it at the start at the wakas.
Can
Can
let's
let's
let's say you want
let's
to
say
do
you
your
want to do your
pavilion over
pavilion
here.
over here.
It can be
It can
done.
be done.
Okay. Like
Okay, like
Amar before
Amar
this, he
before
want to
this,
do
he want
something
to do
over
something
here.
over here.
He also can
He
do
also
something
can do
over
something
here
over here
because
because
we expect
we
that
expect
the
that
workup
the
is not
workup is
there.
not there.
Also can cross the pathway. Boleh juga.
Because he wants to do
Because he
something
wants to
like
do
that.
something like that.
Then somebody
Then
can
somebody
walk
can
over
walk
here,
over here,
but don't block
but don't
the
block
people.
the people.
Okay.
Okay.
Alright, Asana.
Alright, Asana.
Okay. So this is my precedent studies. The first one is Kau Kali Pavilion. Architect Hugo Merintes, and the concept was an eagle. Kau Kali mean House of the Eagle Warriors. And next is The Winds. It is located at the Milan from Libeskind Studio. The symbiosis of this pavilion is the symbiosis of man-made and natural elements. Its sculpture is composed of three sinus intertwined blades that spiral up and outward like the branches of a tree. So I think the concept is the nature and the birds. And next is I don't know what it's called, but it's located in Milwaukee Art Museum at the US, and the architect is Santiago Calatrava. The pavilion features a spectacular kinetic structure, a bright soleil with a lobes that open and close like the wings of a great bird. So this is some borrowed image.
Okay.
Okay.
And this is my rough idea. I have the ideas.
Okay, this one I think
It's
is quite clear
quite clear
because the
because
chosen
the chosen
sculptures that you
sculptures
have
that
is,
you have is
mostly on the
mostly on
birds,
the birds,
but you
but you
haven't
haven't
touched on the
touched on the
sculptures, right?
sculptures, right?
I mean the
I mean the
sculptures that you
sculptures
have
that you
chosen to
have chosen
put in
to
your
put in your
pavilion.
pavilion.
For
For
instance,
instance,
I know
I
all
know
the
all
things
things
are
are
related to the
related to
birds.
the birds.
How about the
What about the
material
material
used
used
to
to
to put the
put
sculpture
the
and so
sculpture
on?
and so on?
Sorry Sana
Sorry
sebab
Sana sebab
echo.
echo.
Saya dengar suara
Saya
saya
dengar suara
sendiri.
saya sendiri.
Saya pendengar sikit-sikit.
Itulah saya dengar
Itulah
banyak.
saya dengar banyak.
Confused.
Confused.
Right.
Right.
So what you
So
can do
what you
after
can do
this,
after this,
please
please
collect all
collect
the
all the
sculptures that are
sculptures that
related
are
to the
related to the
birds.
birds.
Or for
Or for
instance,
instance,
you
you
can
can
choose the one
choose
that
the one
has
that
the
has
same
the same
material.
material.
Okay, let's say
Okay,
you
let's
are
say you
choosing
are choosing
something
something
which is made
which
by
is made
wood,
by wood,
ataupun
ataupun
you want to
you
mix
want to
the
mix the
material.
material.
Okay?
Okay?
Okay. But this one
But
is
this
good.
one is
I
good.
think the
I
borrowed
think the
image
borrowed
is
image is
related to
related to
your
your
preferred
preferred
sculptures.
sculptures.
And then your
And then
rough
your rough
ideas,
ideas,
it can be
it can be
developed.
developed.
What is this thing?
What is this thing?
That one is dia masuk dalam air sikit, so macam dah tak matang gitu.
Column.
The corner. Yes.
Alright. Right. Okay. How does this one is related to this thing? Because it has the same. Is it?
Related to what, Doctor?
No, sorry. I think the elevation is okay. Not really okay, but it can be developed. I can see your ideas. And I am able to see the floor plan. Okay. So please look up the SketchUp after this. Alright. Okay, ada siapa-siapa nak tanya soalan tak? Why there is echo?
Bila Doktor tadi tak ada pun.
Itulah. Susah lah. Okay. So okay Hasanah, nanti you buat you punya SketchUp. I think this one can be done. But first you need to provide the sculptures that you have chosen. Okay. I like the idea because you have the different. You have the hierarchy, and then this one you have the rhythm. They have the different scale and so on. Okay, so if you walk from here, you will get the different experience all over. Okay, sampai sini. Okay, Hasanah?
Okay.
Alright.
Thank you, Doctor.
Okay. Alright, next. Syami? Alright, Syami.
Okay.
Is
So
this sculptures?
no, not that. I just take a reference image because I'm making my own sculpture.
Alright. But at least you need to provide examples of sculptures that has been done by other sculptors.
Oh, okay.
Okay, let's say you need to know who is the famous artist who are doing all these flower sculptures and so on. Okay, before you go to your own sculptures. Okay. Okay, tell me.
So for my project, I'm trying to create. So for my sculpture chosen, I chose these 7 types of flowers for my sculpture. Each flowers represent different meanings. Why I choose these flowers because my theme is garden, so I'm trying to create like a pavilion, looks like garden. And why I choose these flowers are different flowers give some different representation, and so it can give a positive vibe towards my pavilion.
Why you have those 7?
But 7 because 7 sculpture different colors, and all 7 combination becomes a rainbow, so it can give rainbow colors.
So this one is basically chosen because of the colors.
No, because each flowers got different meanings of representation. For example, rose means love. Okay. So I can give some positive vibes towards my pavilion.
Okay. Is there any flower sculptors that you know which do all these things?
Oh, not yet. I actually this one I thought kena buat sendiri sahaja.
I know before you go for your own sculptures, you need to know whether it is been designed by the sculptors. Okay?
Okay.
Because I'm afraid if it's going to be your own interpretation of the sculpture itself. Okay, let's say you find out who are doing all the sculptures on the flowers, and then you just put it as example, and then you can do your own.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. So I'm trying to create a mock sculpture. Mock sculpture is a process in which the artist use a soft, pliable material such as wax, clay, or plaster to gradually build up a shape until the design form is certain. Unlike carving, modeling is an additive method because a sculpture is continuing adding material to the form. Modeling.
Okay, this one is chosen from somebody else, right? Have the mold, right?
Yes.
Okay, this one also you need to provide the information of these things. You have the information, but where are the images? Let's say they are doing something on the mold sculpture, perhaps it is not on the flowers, but you need to put it here. Okay, and then perhaps you want to show the famous artists who are working on these mold sculptures.
Yeah.
Because this one is more or less it's like you are learning from somebody else before you do your own. If not, there is no any reference that you have taken from somebody else.
So
Okay.
can I admit like the artist make different kind of flowers, but with molding in it can be considered same.
That one can be. At least you have learned first from somebody else. Okay. If not, there is no. We assume that there is no reference, and that you are doing your own. Okay. So you need to add on other examples and also the things that other people has done before. Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, for the site chosen, I choose a little bit far bit because I'm trying to better my place because I'm not sure about my site.
What is it?
My site is it correct? Because I'm not really sure of my site.
Okay, guys, when you do this one, I don't know why does the lake is located at the top while others are doing the lake is located over here. Did you follow the north point?
Tak ingat.
Okay, Farrell. So I think the lake is over here, right?
Yes.
So you need to rotate this one. Basically, the north point should pointing out upright. Okay, I think Farrell has done the north point. So the north point is located over here, right? So Shahmi, you need to rotate this one. The lake should be located over here. Okay, because everybody is going to do the same thing. The north point is upright, and then your lake is located somewhere over here, and then you have this pathway, and then your side will be located something over here, right?
Yes.
Okay, so yang ni you kena rotate.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. So why did you choose that particular site?
Because I want to choose a more open spaces place where I can create a penegasan because my sculpture, my pavilion will become like more penegasan so it can attract people.
Okay.
And because I want to have more open spaces on surrounding, it's need like more spaces on my surrounding. So
Okay. With Precedent Studies?
from my study, I teach is Fine Sanctuary by Mark Furness in President University in Canada, Mississauga, Ontario, Canada. Okay. Writing crochet at the scale between sculpture and architecture, and the entrance to the park and provide a unique canopy for occupation of the time. The overall geometry is comprised of an aggregation of marble shingles which form a bouquet of base blurring the lines between the layout while increasing shadow coverage. The delimited latex double layer scheme provide a void of colors as well as shadow and speckle lights to catch on the ground. This sticker space under the remark sheet in between leafy surface unsaturally makes a place for spontaneous play as much as for fletching among trees.
Okay. Alright, I think this one can be accepted because it is something related to the flowers itself. Okay. So, example of image, the borrowed image, is it?
Yes. Yes.
I think you already have some ideas, but perhaps it is lack of references.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know you want to do something related to these petals of flowers, and then you have the ideas, but add on this one, you need to work backward. Okay, this one you do the references first, and then you go to your own. Okay, and even the famous artists and so on.
But for the pavilion, I choose some butterfly design. It looks like butterfly.
This one yang literal tadi kan?
Yes.
This one is also the same. Quite like Ammar before this. He wants to do a book, and then the pavilion itself looks like a book. Okay, this one is also the same thing. If you are doing this butterfly, it need to be something like looks like a butterfly. Okay. For instance, if you see Hasana before this, she is doing something on the birds. Okay, but the whole presentation or the borrowed image that she has shown before this, it is not related to the bird itself. He is only mentioning on the perhaps on the wings of the birds, okay, or the dynamic things that can be learned from the birds. Okay, it is only perhaps this one is only on the wings, and then perhaps you can talk about the freedom. Birds are really you always relate birds with freedoms. So all those things that you need to know when do you do your pavilion design later, so that it won't be really literal like this one. If you are going to present it later after this, so it will be it's quite hard for you to convince yourself because the explanation is too simplistic. You are doing on the flowers, and then you want to put some butterfly over it. Okay, that's it. Okay, then your presentation is only last for 1 or 2 minutes, and that's all. Okay, there is nothing much to be explored. All right. So I think what you can do after this, so perhaps you have this ideation. If you can see from here, it is a good precedent studies, but what are the things that you can take from these images and then make it your own? It is not necessarily has to be something like a very butterfly form and so on. Okay. Okay. For instance, perhaps kalau kat sini pun I can just scribble around this one kan. This one can be like this, and then this one is only like this. What is the difference? It will create the different feelings. This one is the scale is higher, right? So this one, but for this one the scale is lower. So these two also has bring the different feeling between these two, the different experience. Okay, if you are sitting here, you will feel the freedom, and if you are sitting here, you will feel the narrow. The things are more narrow, and then the height of the roof is becoming more lower and lower, something like that. So how do you want to create the different experience between these two? For instance, something like Arman has did before. If I said I were to sit over here, and then how I were to sit over here, do I have same feeling, or do I get the different feelings? Sama tak? If I were to sit here, or if I were to sit from here, sama kan? So there is not many exploration that we can do. It's all over the same all over. Something like Arman before this. Okay. So what can you done? What can you do to create more beautiful journey? Because you were talking about the garden, and then how we need to see also how do people create a garden. Okay, there is a place that they arrange the flowers and so on, so to create different journey all over. Okay, Sami?
Okay.
Okay. And this one is also, I think this one it can be developed. You have all these patterns and so on. This one can be developed. And how do you want to create something in your pavilion later, basically based on this thing? Okay? Boleh? Faham tak?
Faham.
Right. Okay, Shami?
Okay.
Who else? This one already. This one also. I think we left with Eins. Eins design, right? Okay, Eins. Last one.
Okay, okay, this is the chosen sculpture that I choose, which is the linear sculpture and the assembly sculpture. Wait, okay, this is the linear sculpture which designed by Matthias Plesnik. It's referred to the something like a found object that unused, so it create the sculpture. And the next sculpture, I've choose the assembly sculpture by Robert Hudson. Both of these sculpture create is the creation that have emotive attachment and represent inner feeling of the sculpture, and it used from the broken, junk, and forgotten object. The emotional trigger for a previous time, memories, or telling a story in this sculpture. And this found object create into physical abstract to prompt unexpected stories. So this is the 4 sculpture that I choose to put in my pavilion. Actually, I have more, but I only want to choose 4.
Sorry. What is the similarity between the linear sculpture and the assembly sculpture that you want to put both?
Okay, the use of the found object. This is the both of it use the unused item, such as clip.
Oh, okay. Alright. So you need to mention about it. Oh, okay, this one. Alright, good. Okay. And then?
Okay. And then this is my ideas from the biomes and biodiversity feature in Azerbaijan pavilion by the architecture of Aroso Shetty. And it located at the Italy for the expo pavilion. The pavilion aims to reflect the unique culture and the landscape of Azerbaijan. It competes with biospheres and undulating walls. The pavilion unique form takes from the central expo team of feeding the planet energy for life. The pavilion also composed of simple architectural forms built with traditional Azerbaijan material and practices. It designed to meet optimal standards of bioconstruction. The structure also takes advantage of low energy consumption and fully recyclable materials. I'm choosing this pavilion because the material that we chosen from the recyclable material. I forgot to mention, but it is similar to the sculpture that I've been chosen to put in my pavilion. For the I've creating for the interior, but I'm not show it here. But in the Byzantine pavilion, for the ground floor, it welcomes the visitor and draws him to the history at the ground floor, cultural heritage and natural beauty of the country. On the ground floor also, the visitor will also find a cafe that links the internal and external area for the pavilion. I've I've got an idea that I will create a exhibition and some maybe a cafe for my pavilion. I don't know is it okay or not.
Is it okay, Faith?
Yeah, that something like for the workplace.
Right.
Same like the Byzantine pavilion. Is this my idea? Okay, this is my rough ideas for the pavilion. I have an idea about the opening space in the top. I still lack of idea. It's just my rough idea.
Okay. That all?
Yeah.
Okay, how do you want to relate this kind of form to the chosen sculptures? Or is it contrast with each other?
Actually, it's contrast. Maybe just similar with the material chosen.
Okay. Alright, I'm just asking because I want to know what is the relation between these two. If it is okay, it's okay. Alright. I think this one it can develop more. But if you're saying that you want to do some cafe and so on, it cannot do that because it is not your level yet. Alright, because cafe is something is very public. Alright. We are only doing something on the news and also your and how do you want to appreciate those sculptures?
Sorry, sir.
Sorry. Some distraction. Alright. If you said that you want to do something like cafe, is it?
Datang bersangkut.
Hello? Dengar tak? Hello? Guys, can you hear me?
Hello.
Orang lain dengar tak?
Dengar je.
Oh, Ain yang problem. Okay, it's okay. This one, I think this one is quite an interesting form that you have provided here. Okay, but I want to see more on the relation. I know it is related to your chosen pavilion. Okay, and then I want to see how do you want to display all the sculptures, and how do people, how does the circulation of people along the way, okay? Where's the exit, where's the entrance, and so on. Okay, and if you're talking about the assemblage is parts of things that has been assembled to create something new, right? And it is perhaps the combination of different form and then different materials and so on, okay, to create this kind of sculptures. So perhaps what you can do is this one is also using the mixture of materials, okay. Or if you want to do it like a contrast to it, perhaps you can stay at one material and then it is used to display all those sculptures with the mixture of materials. Faham tak?
Okay.
Tapi in the farm development, I think this one is okay. And then you just proceed this one. Perhaps you can start doing using your SketchUp because that one is going to be your tools. Okay. it will make your class easier. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Do you guys have any question? All right. I think I can just stop sharing here. Okay. Velo and Fatal has class, so they need to leave us. It's okay. I will upload this recording after this in the YouTube. Okay. So after this, for this upcoming Thursday, you are going to produce your own plan. Okay, and I want you to produce your own plan with the 5 spaces. Okay, you need to have the entrance, exit. What else? The lookout spot. Um, and then another 2 spaces. Okay, understood? Exhibition space. One thing. Dengar tak? Kenapa tak ada orang jawab? Dengar eh? So whatever has been commented just now. So whatever has been commented just now, you just add on your my row, and then I'll follow up whatever you are going to do after this. Okay. If you have any question, you can just PM. And then so for upcoming Thursday, I am expecting that you can provide me a floor plan together with the site plan. Okay. Sorry, floor plan with the context. So you will need to provide how do you want to enter your pavilion from the, let's say you want to enter it from your pedestrian walkway. Okay. And then how do you want to exit? So those are the things that you need to show me on the Thursday. Okay. Is there any question? Ada soalan tak? Guys? Hmm? Okay. So I think a lot of noise over here. Alright. So class dismiss, and then if you have any question, you can just ask in the WhatsApp group. Okay? Okay, everyone. Thank you very much for your participation, and then I hope to see more improvement later. And then you can use the SketchUp modeling as your tools after this. Okay, you can start doing it. All right. Okay. Thank you very much, everyone. I'll see you on the Thursday.
Okay, thank you, Doctor.
Okay. Bye.
Thank you, Rata.
Bye. Okay. Salam. Okay.